to the store, I've heard some people say that some of the store owners might charge a higher interest.
Oh yeah, they definitely charge at the interest. Yes, ma'am. They could go up to high as 25% interest. Yeah, some of them they could get by with that. Mm-hmm. You see, here that was another thing how they took advantage of the folks' ignorance. If that man, when he went to that store and bought, and if he'd have told that store owner, said, "Now I'd like to have a ticket of everything I bought here today," and they kept those tickets. You see, he could check on the owner of that store, but a lot of them didn't do that. They just go in and say, "Well, just I want 2 sacks of flour and so many cans of salmon, so many cans of tomato, or whatever." And they didn't keep any record of it. The man in the store kept a record of it, but the man that took it home, a lot of them they didn't have any record. They didn't know what that man was putting down on the books. Mm-hmm. So it could get pretty shady.
Mm-hmm. In extending, you've often heard the store owner extended credit. And could you explain perhaps how that system worked in extending credit to the farmers for the year?
Well, now this is pretty much what we've been talking about in that extending credit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, usually they'd go in there in the spring. He'd run out of meat, for instance. He'd killed his hogs and he'd eaten up all of his meat by, say, about March, April, he's out of meat. And maybe he'd used up all of his syrup by that time. So he didn't have much to go on. He had to depend on the store owner. And either it was left up. Now, if a man was of good reputation, a land renter, sometimes he didn't have to depend on the landlord to go with him to the store. He would just go to the store, and the man knew him and knew he could depend on him paying him off in the fall. And he would say, "Okay, well, I'll allow you $100 to make a crop on." And then when your bales of cotton began to come in September and October, that's when you went to settling up with the man in the store.